What's up, Brad?
Hey.
Back in the shop.
Yep.
It's looking good.
It's getting there.
Almost fully recovered from hurricane damage.
Yeah.
I am most impressed that the tool wall is coming back into the fold.
Yeah.
So that's going to be good. It's a nice backdrop for the videos. Right. Today we have everyone's favorite, the Wired Freedom 2024 Plus dual battery.
Yeah.
Your expression when you got off this bike was, "This is very fast."
Yep.
Holy moly, this thing is fast.
You like it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So 45 amp current limit on this thing. It'll almost pop the front wheel off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. So exciting bike. What we want to do today is deal with the wobble. And then let's see how she goes. Hopefully nothing happens, no wrecks. Oh, straight up immediately, Freedom wobble. Now we do have, didn't even make it to 20.
Right.
I mean, you just can't get away from it.
Yeah.
So we got the Cane Creek Hellbender, and then after that, we are looking to add some HEB Viperess tires to this thing, 26x4. A lot of people have been asking what's the weight difference, so I'm hoping you have a scale, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll measure the weight of a single tire versus what comes off of here so you know what's going on in terms of that. And then we will put some flat out tire sealant. Now HEB does have their own, so I'll leave a link for that in the description below, along with all the other products in this video. But be on the lookout for that. But we're gonna put flat out on this one, and then we're going to use the universal thumb throttle kit and go ahead and get an install and get past this half grip twist that Wired has as well. And then one special treat for all of the people that like to go out for brunch or beverages or whatever, we're going to add a bike case cooler bag on the rear because, you know, it needs more weight.
Right. Yeah.
You know? It's the only place to put it anyway, so we're just gonna see what's up. So show the installation of that, and then take this thing for a wobble-free ride, and let the people know that the Cane Creek Hellbender works.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did it on the blue one.
Yeah.
You saw a significant difference.
Yeah.
You just can't steer hands-free. That's how that goes. So it's pretty. There is no.
It kind of locks in place.
Yeah.
You can't lean, and
there is no leaning, there is no moving yourself about hands-free. And if you're at 20 plus miles an hour on a bike like this, you should not be taking your hands off the handlebars.
Right.
You no-hander landers, though.
Right.
I mean, that's an up and over land if you do it. So
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it. We're gonna have to drop the front fork, get the Hellbender in there, then do the tires, then after that the throttle, and then last but not least, the cooler bag.
Cooler bag.
Easy peasy.
Right.
Just in a day's work.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the area, check out eBikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in that Facebook group, make an event, and go for a ride with your friends. And if you need any modification, repair, upgrades for your PEV, e-bike, hopefully a hydrofoil at one point in time. We're waiting.
Yeah.
As soon as we get it, we can get it out there to the water and test it and move beyond just bikes. But fingers crossed.
Right.
All right, I think that's it. Let's just get to it.
Cool.
All right, check this audio. All right, where do you plan to start on this one?
Let's start with the Hellbender.
Okay.
It's going to require taking the front wheel off anyways. We can change the tire while the front wheel's off. This bike's got the quick release through axle system, which is nice. Easy. So then we just unplug the headlight and let's just take the brake caliper off. Be ready to pull the fork off. Everything's disconnected. So for this part,
Strappy doos.
yeah. There we go.
So what do you have in your hands?
So this is the headset spacers, the top cap, and then the spacer and bushing for the bearing right there. So with the Hellbender set, we have to pop this all out, and it replaces the top cup of the headset. So some of this we'll reuse, some of it we will not.
Okay, what is this fancy thing?
So this is going to pop the top race out of the frame. Oh, there's the bearing. See, these little fingers drop in and they spring out on the inside of the cup there. So now when you tap it,
Tap, tap.
give it a little tap tap. Maybe more of a whack whack than a tap tap.
Last time it went flying, so I'm
Yeah,
trying to...
this one's.
Voila.
Pops that right out. This bottom bearing is loose, so we'll take it out. Oh yeah, that's it.
That'd be the one. What you got here?
It's a press to push the, or press the race into the frame. So this way you can know you're pushing it in square with the frame. There she is. All right, and there it is. Here's your fresh pressed Hellbender.
You don't need any of that, right? You need the bearing
Yeah.
and then the top cap that you had for the other.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people said this only, but it doesn't space out in the way it would have for the other Wired Freedom. So when Wired actually sent the Hellbender for the Freedom 2024, it was just this piece.
Mm.
And that's what we installed. And then it was the cap that you have in your
The
hand.
original.
Yeah. And then people went nuts because of this, I guess it's a dust ring or whatever that thing's called.
Yeah. Dust seal. Oh, don't need the bearing.
Is the bearing in the bottom now?
Yeah. All right. I believe we had to change the spacers too. So I think this is too much. Yeah. So. Just for time being, throw this in here. And grab the spacers I need. Got this wrong.
What you mean?
The fork should
Needs to
be
go in
between
between.
those two. But
Oh,
the
Lord.
spacers are right now,
Oh, wow.
I believe.
Do you want me to hold them? What do you need me to hold?
No, I was just checking, make sure. All right, so our spacer setup is good.
Okay.
So now just need to yank it out. Can you hold those for a second?
You sure?
Like that.
And then the bearing is inside already?
Yeah, it's up inside there. Oops. We'll make sure that's straight once we get it back on the ground. The headlight back in. I'd say it's a installed Hellbender. It's my valve core remover.
All right, so let's make sure to get a weight on these so
Yeah,
that the audience knows.
I'm gonna say that'd be pretty close. Would be my guess. We reusing these tubes?
Yeah. Yeah, so don't even, we need to put the sealant in
I
them.
think they do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Did we do that?
We must have.
Well, good deal.
Make sure all the sand is off this. There's no.
No cheating.
Yeah. All right. All right, so the first one. We got 4.28 pounds.
4.28 on the Kenda Crusade.
And the Viperess.
Six. So, yeah, nothing really. Like,
Yeah. Well, in regular bike world, that's a huge difference.
well, like a road racer?
Well, yeah, I mean, just a regular pedal bike or whatever, but this thing, I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of weight
Incredibly
you
insignificant.
put on it. Right.
Sealant's in there.
Yeah.
I think I either did it and forgot. Something's up. So
Yeah.
here's the deal, flat out. Right, that's what we
Yeah.
typically use. And then you would just pop this, put in a quarter bag, and get it inside the tube. Once that's done, then put the valve, core in,
Yeah.
and close it up. Get it in your wheel set.
Yep.
And then run the trick with the valve right down the middle of the letter. That's the idea.
Yeah. Rule of thumb, you know. There you are. Oh, that's not bad.
So, lettering on one side. You always put the lettering on the chain side of the bike, opposite side of the brakes.
So what is the plan here? You just intermittently pump them up?
Yeah. Just center them up as they go. Try to keep it on the rim. If you're doing this at home too, you could take them out of the strapping and stuff and maybe let them sit out in the sun for a while, kind of soften up and take shape. Might make it a little bit easier. I have the feeling the compressor is not. Air is moving awfully slow this morning. Not too bad. I'm good.
So what is the pressure that you're pumping to?
These call for 5 to 30. So I would put, especially at first I'm airing it up, I usually go like towards the max, so like 25, 30 for that way you get it seated and, like they come shipped, so, smashed down and everything. So air them up, get them to take shape and make sure they're seated properly. Come on, compressor. Now we're going to reinstall the front wheel onto the...
Right in the middle of it. So when you're doing this, what's your primary focus?
Primary focus, I always just look at the rotor and the brake pads, and I just aim to put the rotor right between the brake pads Once you line that up, just pull the wheel up into place and it should be right where you need it to be. If you're looking at anything else and you're pushing and jamming on it and stuff, a lot of times you don't realize you're not lined up with the brake pads and you can be chipping chunks out of your brake pads. And cool. You just have to tighten up the brake caliper.
Did you have to adjust the bracket any at the beginning?
There you go.
That looks good on there like that.
Yeah. Good looking tires.
Yeah. That's why you did look stupid before all stock like that.
Look terrible.
If you're gonna say nice things like this, put a mic on.
Loosen the axle nuts. These have these retainers here, so you can loosen your axle nuts and not worry about your wheel falling out yet.
That's nice.
Yeah, you can do it in
Oh,
stages.
yeah, you can bring it in like,
Was there no cap on the other side?
There wasn't a cap on there. So.
Son of
What, you like the caps?
I don't know who stole it.
You like the axle caps?
yes,
All right.
I can't stand the asymmetry.
So let's take it off the other side. No more problem. These little 4mm screws.
Yo, the seat is called Day Way. Yo, way.
The way. You got that guy. Oh yeah. Got to. This has got the triple lock.
It is fancy. I do like that.
Yeah.
Show everyone what you're talking about with that triple.
So it has obviously the axle nut, and then it has the washer with the bolt in it, which hangs. It's all the way around the axle, so it hangs the axle on it. And then this washer fits tight into the recess of the frame right here.
So it holds it up even if
So
it's
it
fully
locks in
loose.
that hole, yeah. So that washer has to come all the way out of the recess to let the axle actually
Very
come out.
nice.
If your wheel falls off your wired, you had no excuse. You should have been paying attention. Oh, yeah. So it sounds juicy too.
Good.
Yeah. Even looks like the right stuff. Reinstall the valve core. Give it a shot of air to give it some shape. Even though it's a new tire, I always gotta check inside, make sure nothing has fallen inside. And what? All right.
Almost.
Nope. Drop a pen.
Oh, I can't say on camera.
No.
Slipping out right there. So that's what you want to watch out for. Yeah, it's tucked in around here, then it starts coming out real far right there. If I keep inflating that, that'll just work its way off until it blows off of the rim. So. Better. Yeah, that's way better. Ew. Valve cap. Make sure you have all your tools and screws, everything ready to go.
So what are you doing now?
The notches on these washers are oriented to the bottom of the axle. So I'm just making sure those are lined up, pushed. This one goes on the inside, this one goes on the outside. And then kind of know which way the axle's got to go up into the frame of the bike. So before I took it off, I shifted it into 7th or 8th gear, 7th gear on this bike. So I know I just have to line the chain up that smallest cog on the farthest outside. So line the chain up, and once that's on the teeth, and just like the front, I just watch the rotor and kind of aim the rotor into place. Make sure this stuff isn't getting all out of whack over here. And with a little bit of luck, and patience.
And an extra hand.
There you go.
That's my contribution for the day.
Thank you.
Oh, I did hold the handlebars, so
Yeah,
I'm doubly worked.
you're the holder of the parts.
Now, on the other side, it slipped in.
Yeah, so that was the first thing I did, is when I got it lined up, I push this washer. You can see it goes into that recess if you shoot like that. So it fits into the frame, and then this goes over the top of it. You snug that down, and it won't slip back out of the dropout from that point.
Which would explain why you put that screw in on the other side first.
Right, because it's set up differently. It doesn't have that recess in it. Set to 4 millimeters are tight. Now, good and tight. The one and only.
So wire clearance on these is really, really tight.
Yeah.
So whenever anyone's doing it, just make sure that you get these nice and bound and that they're not inside the frame, because this is a really, really small gap.
Yeah. I should take one of these big honking zip ties I got here and put one right there at the tire. It would be very, very difficult for those wires to ever get out of place and get over into your tire. Protection.
It's not time for a "that's what she said" joke, is it?
I'll say, ask your doctor if protection is right for you. Cool. And then I'm gonna adjust that rear brake a little bit. Seems to be dragging just a little bit. Good. Oh. These gears need adjusting. Can you get the first gear? Much better.
What was the problem?
Real bike shop stuff.
Yeah, I noticed. He's like, did it fast too. What was going on?
The cable is a little bit loose, so actually it would drop down to 8th gear and you could click again, and then or 7th gear rather. So there's a whole gear worth of slack in the cable. So just tighten it up, and then I was able to click all the way up to 2nd, then 1st.
How was your ride?
That was good. It's a beautiful
Look,
day.
look.
Where'd you go?
This looks a little different.
Is it?
Cane Creek is the manufacturer for
Yeah,
this.
elimination of the wobble. What do you think about the tires?
Hellbender. What
They
are
look good. They look not like stock tires. They look good, dude. They more of that moped style looking tire.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I like that.
I've put these on the Kepler too, and they
Okay.
look great.
Let's see how that goes. I'm interested to see how this pans out.
So yeah, anybody I guess holding loose hands on the handlebars? Who knows?
I'm
Yeah.
sure many people riding hands-free on e-bikes. I wouldn't recommend
Right.
it.
Just keep your hands on.
Either way.
Keep your hands on the
It
handlebars.
might wobble, but these things are fast, though. That is, you can't take that away from
Yeah.
wired.
Right. Take my phone cord off. I feel like the phone cord manufacturers are like, oh, we can't go out of business. But we can make this stuff really good. What can we do with it? Sell them to the e-bike
And
guys.
one of them bought an e-bike, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Some throttle's coming on.
Throttle.
So are you a twist or a thumb?
Thumb for sure. What about you, Brad?
You don't care?
Nope. I'd say probably thumb. Twist is nice. A lot of people prefer the twist because it's like a motorcycle. It's that
Right.
familiar motorcycle feel of the.
Yeah.
We got it at here. So this is from some company that sent it to us to.
Who are they?
be their guinea pigs or something, I guess. I don't know. Oh, it comes with a glasses cleaning cloth or goggles.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is it? This is a zipper sleeve. So Wired already has one. There's no need to use that one.
Yeah.
And I believe the stock orientation of the cabling, so the original color combination works on the Wired.
Oh, yeah?
I think so.
So it'll just plug right in, potentially.
But you need the slack.
So, does this come with an extension piece?
That is the extension. You're holding them.
These? To run them all together?
Yep. So just put your color codes together. Now, it'll work with the Wired or the e-cells as well. And a lot of other e-bikes, that's what these attachments are for. And then if it's a different plug or if this is reversed on the main harness and it's the male side, there's an adapter for it. And the idea here is that if the wiring harness is not fit, then you just find the right wire combination until it works, especially if it's a 3-pin Gillette.
Go. There we go. Installed. I can fire this pony up.
Turn it on.
And clear.
Oh, first try.
There it is, yes. So
Impressive.
the original wire color combo on the Universal Throttle kit works for Wired.
Yeah.
So red to red, blue to blue, yellow to yellow.
Cool.
And then it comes with the full-length grips
Yeah.
so that you can cover the depth here.
Even with an Allen wrench to install them. Well, it's like these guys thought of everything.
That's what I was thinking.
The little things, gentlemen,
Right.
the little things.
Relatively easy to install, man. I mean,
Yeah. So especially on this bike with the colors matching up, but even if they didn't, it'd be still just as easy. You want to do it in a stand though, because one of those combinations will just fire up the back
flying.
wheel.
I try to
Full
give the warning
speed.
every time.
This
Right.
is very standard for every home, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's got the dual bike rack.
Yeah. But at least back tire off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You're chasing your bike down the street.
I think everybody's gone through the being in pass, and it somehow gets away from you a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I had a
high
cus-
sensitivity
Yeah.
pass, like a half, not even a half turn, and it
you're
takes
like,
off.
whoa.
I had a customer with a 3-wheeler and his chain came off and he stopped to put his chain back on and he just bumped the pedals around because there's
Yep.
no chain on. The pedals started spinning, the bike took off down the
Yep.
street. He would have been all right, but he fell chasing it and messed himself up. Stumbling, running after his 3-wheeler down the street. So.
You learn. It's hard to explain until you go through it, but it takes one time. You'll
Right,
never
yeah.
do it again.
Never ever.
We're gonna start doing 3-wheeler riding lessons.
Yeah.
You sell a lot of trikes.
Yeah. We're popular in this area.
There.
It's funny, the 3-wheelers, everyone thinks they're for like old people, but actually I have a lot of young kids coming in here asking for the traditional 3-wheelers because they can pull all their fishing gear
Oh yeah.
in the basket and stuff. There's little like cargo haulers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Those are the wired end caps, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Yeah, these came with caps, but I mean, these are nice that they screw and
You know, they
Tighten
come with
them
press
up,
caps, but
Alright.
yeah, these ends are really
yeah,
nice.
the other one. Put them both back on, why don't we?
It's pretty straightforward.
Put them both.
So typically, if you get a bike, it's they should for the most part be that way, and if it doesn't, you play with the color combination.
Yeah, you just play with it. There's 6 possible combinations on these, and you just mix and match until you find it. And they're all written out on the product site. So
Okay.
when you go to the product on the website, it's there. Just make sure you get it on a rack so it doesn't.
Or have someone lift it up like this.
Yeah, you
Right.
stand there and hold it.
Burn their shins off when it does take off.
No, stop it, stop it. I need you to sign this waiver while you're at my house.
So,
There's that.
yeah.
And we grab the one, it's in the plastics. It's in the box in the
I'm gonna put a
plastic.
couple. Just a couple
Okay.
zip ties up here.
So Wired already provides it, but if you didn't have it,
Yeah.
you have
So that's a
it
zipper
comes
sleeve.
with it. That's
Yeah.
cool. Nice. Keeps it clean. Badgeless, which is not a bad thing.
I mean, should
Yeah,
have
if you
put
want to debadge
that
your
company should have
wire.
put their logo on there. I don't know what they were thinking.
No, I like
Yeah.
it personally. The badgeless is nice.
So you could write Tarpon Toms on it, Brad.
Right.
You could actually.
Printed here.
Oh, if you have a little e-bike crew, you can put it on
All right.
there. They're out
Represent
there.
your e-bike crew.
At least out in our area, they're out there. A lot in the comments. They're saying tires make a big difference on how fast and the wobble. Is that what I'm?
Well, I mean, the weight of the
interpreting
tire can if it's offset, but the more weight of the bike overall, the less significance it has towards anything like that. And if they're, I mean, we'll call it balanced appropriately, it's not going to be a thing. Now, if you put a ton of sealant in there, that can throw it off. And then after that, it's just the rear weight of the bike itself that's causing the problems.
See, I would argue that the liquid would help it. It would
Balance it out.
balance the tire. If you get up to a certain speed, it would.
I think, yeah, at speed, the centrifugal force forces the liquid to equally disperse inside. But if you're off the start, it's all settled at the bottom.
Think of that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Get the liquid spinning in there.
it's impressive.
I'm definitely going to get murdered for trying to tell you you're wrong.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, who does he think he is?
This guy, he just holds the camera.
Almost there.
I'm excited.
Just so you're aware, this would have taken me at least 3 hours.
Well,
That's it.
are we ready?
Only one thing to do.
Bike case, suspension, seat post.
Oh yeah, I guess there's
Yeah,
a few other things.
Yeah,
to
for
do.
sure.
Sorry.
Don't throw it away. So what is that? That's a 31.8 millimeter shim on there
Yeah.
and a 27.2 millimeter diameter post. So the shim just
If
goes
it's
in.
good, line up your crack.
And the shim allows you to have different sizes of posts
Yeah.
universally.
There we go.
Not everyone knows what a shim is.
And then depth of the suspension is at 4 inches. So that's your loss.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then the piece de resistance. It's for you.
The picnic cooler.
Those
All
Causeway
the
days,
premium beverages.
Yeah.
Honeymoon
And
Island
you
days.
see inside this thing? Oh yeah. And look,
Shoulder strap.
just in case you want to carry it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, these are really nice.
I was just gonna say
Yes,
that.
it is.
All jokes aside, that's pretty nice. Actually.
All right.
We may need to move the battery. Put it inside so it doesn't slip off the back.
Hmm. Ah.
So should we
There's actually one here. as
should we
well.
load it with ice and a 12-pack just to get the full
12-pack of soda.
soda?
Because we're for the kids.
Buy one, get one at Publix.
But yes, that absolutely. That's the idea. Straight to the beach with this bad boy.
With the shoulder strap, as soon as you get off, and
it's-
take it
yeah,
off.
like-
Hey, I'm here, guys.
Sorry.
Sorry
Got
for
your
the
own-
wait. I was taking care of
And-
you
Got
guys.
your-
And this is for
Oh,
your
no excuse.
your Mexican Coke bottles.
Exactly.
Yes.
You're Fago if you're from the Midwest.
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
You know, so-
All right, Brad.
Oh, I got strapped in the back too.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere, so
Yeah.
don't take a spill. At least your
Should we
drinks
do
will
the
be
front
fine.
strap?
I believe it is. It's a
is
full
it.
strap all the way through.
There it is.
Oh, that's fancy.
It is. This actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
First time I've seen it.
Time to do this thing.
Cool.
All right.
What mic is this? Yeah. Indeed. Whose bike is this?
What is that?
Oh, damn, some guy.
That's a soft ride right there.
Yeah.
That's plush.
3 points of suspension.
Yeah.
And then the seat is actually a suspension seat too.
Yeah.
So 4, I guess, if we're being technical. What do you think about the tires?
There's a little bit of noise, but definitely quiet. I can hear your tires way louder than.
Yeah, I'm on the Kinder
These.
Crusades. That's what
Yeah.
was on there before, so
Yeah.
definitely a lot quieter with the
I mean,
HEV Viperess.
the Hellbender, I feel like is doing its job too. It's ride one hand, no problem. No.
Now the wobble through the frame, I know is still there. The weight is there, and we're
Yeah.
getting ready to add more weight as we pick up some ice.
Yeah.
But you're saying that the wobble off the handlebars, that traditional thing that everybody was talking about, is way
Yeah.
less, right?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
non-existent? Okay. Perfecto.
I don't know if the throttle's faster. Definitely has some fast pickup though.
Yeah, it's just that high current output, man.
Yeah.
All right, Brad, let's go get some ice.
All right. Give your wallet.
Yeah. We're free.
All right. It's a big cooler.
Yeah.
It's a
Deep enough.
7.
So what do we got? I mean, if they were stacked, you could. I think what 12 pack for sure.
Yeah.
These cans.
Yeah, and that bag of ice.
Yeah. So cool.
That's a lot of Pepsi to drink, though.
Pepsi. You
Yeah.
don't drink Coke?
You don't want to ride a bike after drinking that much Pepsi.
Who
or Coke.
does that?
What bag of ice?
What?
Can't
bag of
even
ice?
tell.
Do you feel it?
No. Yeah, it doesn't feel any different.
Gotta get to the beach.
Dude, that is so smooth going through there. Like,
Sitting on that seat post.
oh, you don't feel a single bump. There's nothing.
What it's for, baby.
That's insane.
I think you might be a little throttle happy.
It's addicting.
Yeah.
The thing is fast.
Nice and cushy with the seat post.
Yeah,
And you
unbelievably.
didn't notice the extra weight of the ice bag.
No,
Not at
no, it
all.
didn't ride any different with that on there.
So cool. And it seems to stay pretty well, especially as you were jumping through
Yeah.
on the
it's-
grass. And then the tread noise, less to none, or
Oh yeah.
in
There's
comparison.
way less. There's a little bit of a hum there, but I think that's because the totally straight blocks like that.
How about throttle responsiveness? Any change?
Honestly, I'd have to ride it kind of back to back to feel it. At the first guess, I would say it feels a lot more responsive.
Did you have control over speed and sensitivity
Oh
as
yeah,
you pressed?
yeah, it was very intuitive.
Yeah, there,
Yeah.
rider intuitive, something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
counter.
Let's go close this video out
Yeah,
and use that ice for a good purpose.
right.
All Well, Brad, I mean,
We
proof is in the
survived.
pudding. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that the bike itself still impresses you, just
Yeah.
the takeoff of it.
yeah,
And when the suspension is set to full, like it rocks itself. And
Yeah.
it's pretty.
You hit the
it's
brakes
like
and it
it's like
dives.
legit.
yeah.
So I do like riding the Wired Freedom, the Cruiser, just the same. I wanted to do a few upgrades. Suspension seat post, I think you found some satisfaction with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
What would you say, like, is it excess and overkill with the dual suspension, or does it add more?
No, I wouldn't say it's overkill. I mean, it was just like a perfectly smooth ride. It didn't have too much like gushy, like softness to it. It's just every little bump is just eaten up like you're riding on a cloud.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It makes a huge difference, even
Yeah.
with the dual suspension or the rear suspension of this bike. So,
Yeah,
throttle worked, thumb throttle worked.
yeah,
You had the same kind of control that you had with the half grip twist.
yeah,
And if it is your preference, then seemingly it's good.
yeah,
The combination on that for the universal aspect is the straight combination: red, red, blue, blue, yellow, yellow.
yeah,
So easy peasy. You need the extension just so you can get the length out of it. It does come with the zipper sleeve, although Wired has their, what do they call it, hook and loop, which is otherwise known as Velcro. Yeah,
Can't say Velcro.
their sleeve, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to
Sorry, 3M.
trademarked. And then the HEB Viperess tires. And a lot of people don't know this, but they're quieter than the Kenda Crusades. And it's because of the
Oh, yeah.
knobbies
Yeah,
on those Crusades.
yeah,
And then after that, the reality is it was like 1.72 pounds more per tire.
yeah.
So nothing really extensive there in excess weight.
Yeah, I mean, the wheels are where you're going to notice the most weight difference. Like you could change a lighter seat or handlebars, you're not going to notice anything. But the wheels, I mean, that rotating mass, it does make a big difference on a pedal bike, but I think on this it might be kind of lost
This beast.
in the girth.
Yeah. When you put the motor back on, it just laughed at you. It just-
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, and then we have the bike case. What is this thing called? Cooler case? Cool case.
Yeah.
And it is.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. What is that? This is a 7-pound bag of ice.
Yeah.
And it went in, and we could see like there's enough room for like 12-pack cans.
Yeah.
We don't need to specify Pepsi or Coca-Cola or
Right.
anything else you might be doing. And it comes with a shoulder strap.
Yeah.
It's nice. So if
Yeah.
you take this off your bike, you've got something to hold it up, and you can actually carry it. And for our case, it's straight out to Honeymoon Island,
Yeah.
right onto the beach.
And the quality of this is right up there with the big name brand coolers out there.
Yeah, for sure. Which we
Sasquatch
cannot-
coolers, I think they're called.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every other knockoff there is.
Right.
So it would be, what is the equivalent? The hook and, this is not the hook and loop. It is not the Velcro. It is.
No.
Yeah. It is the top tier.
Yeah.
Bike case is where it's
Right.
at. We will leave links for all of these products, including, and not to be forgotten, the Cane Creek Hellbender.
Yeah. Which is
Worth
a
it?
must on these bikes. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's a game changer for this bike. Really makes it more controllable, more confidence.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for the ride.
Just keeps it from rocking and makes it just an easier, smoother ride. So, Hellbender did just fine,
Yeah.
right? No
Did its
issues.
job.
And definitely worth the install, especially for this bike.
Yeah.
All things considered, the installs were pretty quick. Went, I think, about an hour and a half. That's tires, the throttle, the Hellbender itself, which an at-home job probably a little bit more, especially with the press and making sure you got it racked, etc.
Yeah.
Word of caution is when you're doing the throttle, if you're doing the combination on any other bike, if you're using universal thumb throttle on another bike, make sure you've got it racked, because the rear wheel will take off if you use a combination that is not exact for its responsiveness. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind. It's common. That's the way it's supposed to work. You're almost there if you do get that, but you just got to try another combination. Make sure that all 3 pins are plugged in, because if it does hit power and signal, it will take off before the 3rd wire is plugged in as well.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. That's why it's always recommended to have it racked while doing that install. I think it looks good. I like the rack, the cooler case
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah. It's really nice.
And then just to have it for the other stuff. And I think maybe a trailer would be worthwhile as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Another job well done, Brad. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the area, check out eBikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in that Facebook group, make an event, and go for a ride with your friends. And if you are in need of any repairs, modifications, upgrades, etc., or phone consultation, just
I was
kidding,
gonna
don't
say,
do that.
and if you're local,
Try and keep the calls local, you guys. Like, it's worthwhile to call, but if you're in Alaska, maybe give Brad his time back.
maybe an email.
Yeah, an email will work for sure. Come check out Tarpon Tom's e-bikes in Palm Harbor, Florida. Brad can do any of your major repairs, and you see it all. He's done everything from the e-cells to the wired to the scooters, and we're still crossing our fingers for the hydrofoil. I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right, till next time.
Yeah.
Happy Saturday. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Right.